Hi, everyone. It's Linda. I'm coming to you from Northern California. A little chilly, but not bad. It's going to be in the 60s, 70s today. I just did a show with Violetta, and I wanted to come on with a separate video because I had a significant dream last night, and I want to share it with you. I had a dream that Jesus walked me to a house. Jesus of Nazareth walked me towards a house. It was a white house, probably 2 stories. And he says, go in there and talk to these women. And then I want you to tell the people what was said. And I felt, oh, geez, this is a big deal. But I didn't have a recording device. I didn't have a pen and paper, nothing. So I go in, and it's 2 women. And they seem very busy and almost like they were going to tell me stuff, but I could have been in the way. But I felt like they were past life energies. And one was a very tall Black woman who used to be a storyteller on Earth. And I was told once by some past life person that I was this tall Black woman who told stories around the campfire. So, I mean, I can't help but wonder if it's some sort of past life person for reals. And then another was, she was just a native woman wearing a native dress, more modern native. Anyway, so we was all around each other and we were talking. And they started to tell me about the power of love and the power of love within. Like each of us has a spark, but humans tend to negate, and we look at love like we put all these things on it. Conditions, like the love of a parent, the love of a child, but, a love of a lover. And we've all probably been in love or what you thought was love, but this isn't the love they're talking about. They're talking about a love kind of like that love God kind of energy. And that spark within separates us from the human body. And that's the only way we can get through this, because they were showing me the White House and it was corroded. It was full of slime. It was so ugly. It's like, ew, I don't want to go there. And they said the only way for everyone, not that this isn't going to happen, because I feel it's as prophesized, but I feel as we energetically, a lot of people listen to this and say, yeah, whatever, okay. But if you can just concentrate energetically and tell the realm, what is it that I can do? How can I help? I had that overwhelming connection to source when I was begging for my life for cancer. It was overwhelming, and it was for real, because I heard him talk to me. I heard the top of the trees started waving like there was a big storm, and there wasn't. This energy went through me and said, "Thy will be done." And I was Zooming physically for 2 days, and I couldn't identify it. And I didn't know who to reach out to identify it. And then I couldn't get the smell of the earth off my hands, which my native friend said the earth means healing. And if you think about it, I might have had a spontaneous healing at that moment. I didn't energetically jump on the spiritual bandwagon right after that. I might have even resisted it somewhat, but I knew there was something I was supposed to do. And as I go on in my life and doing my thing, and the worries of being a human, they said, you're going to do the YouTube channel. And I argued like, what? I'm going to brush my hair. And they said, Linda, you'll help calm them down. So that's my purpose. I have a purpose. It's so wonderful to have a purpose. And people are like, well, where can I get this? The problem with us is that we overthink. We're human. And we have already stuff like, how do I feed my family and keep a roof over? There's so many troubles, And then some of us who have the basics, a good job, maybe any time now you're going to retire. We get lazy, you know. Yeah, we appreciate it, but it's hard to appreciate it as much as like the people in LA who've literally lost everything. And when you realize, oh my God, I had so much. So, and the other thing is we all have to show mercy. And that's hard to do, especially when you hate somebody like Trump. So these women were telling me it's like a little triangular crystal, teeny tiny, but it's energetically, everyone is born with it, all human form, even some animals. But as you enlighten, you catch that on fire, which is what happened to me. And it doesn't happen right away, it takes a little bit. But as you keep giving yourself up, because when I got hit by the realm, I said, into thy hands I commence my spirit. Because when I was begging for my life, because my boys were little, they said, what are you doing? You know, there's no such thing as death, which I do know. And I said, oh, like basically, forgive me. I felt embarrassed. I handed my life over into thy hands. I commenced my spirit. And they answered that because boom, I got hit. And what they did is they probably ignited because I always thought, you know, I was very curious. I saw Jesus when I was 8 years old. I was very curious, but I can't tell you I lived a life. It was all about me. And, you know, I married 3 men and I wasn't happy. And, you know, I didn't know how to think outside the box. So I got woke. And then when they started telling me in this dream, these women were telling me, you've got to make ignite. You've got to tell people. And it's not like a romantic love. This love is beyond that. This love is profound, and you don't get it in no church. I mean, those people that love Jesus, you can't be confused with a love for an idol and the love that this is about, because it's got nothing to do with you know, idolation. That's why, you know, there is no God that says you should not worship anyone, no idols. And that's what everybody's doing with Trump. They're worshiping him and he loves it, but he will go down. I don't want you guys to be nervous about what's coming up, but I will tell you, it's pretty much going to end him, end his realm, and that Pete Hedge, whatever his name is, he's going down. Hold on 1 second. I gotta just look at this. My daughter just wrote me and told me that my grandson just made the majors in baseball. Awesome. Awesome. He's good at it, but I think he's going to be, I bought him a basketball hoop, and I think he's going to be more of a basketball player because he's already so tall. He's only 11. He's like 5'3". Okay, so I told her, let me know about uniform costs and stuff. She's just trying to survive with her son. So anyway, so these two women were identifying the source of how we can have so much power beyond human form. And, you know, sometimes I can feel it. Sometimes I know. For a while there, sometimes I thought, gee, be careful what you think because you're manifesting really quick. You can manifest about others. We can't manifest saying we hope Trump will burn. But we can sure manifest only well-being within the White House. So put that light around it because it was full of gunk, and just like wash it with the light. Or as my mom used to say, whoosh. Did you kids whoosh? Whoosh your hands. So put that white light around it and try to get out of as much as we, you know, even this Carrie Underwood, everybody like hates her. They're not following her. Yeah, whatever. Let her decide what she wants to decide. That Pete guy is about ready to burn. I mean, literally be a nothing burger down the road here. There was a sniper that said, Jesus, he was in the reserves and he was a 4. And in order to be in charge, you should be at least a 10. And there's all kinds of reading material you're supposed to know. And he knows none of it. He probably doesn't read like Trump. So, but this too shall pass. You know, it's not the oligarchs that are going to change this. It's going to be the people that change this. Mussolini was this bigwig, right? And then all of a sudden, he had so many of his people killed by making them fight with Germany and all this. All of a sudden, they were done with him. And when they were done with him, they came out in droves. Now, I'm not recommending what happened to Mussolini, but it scared Hitler so much. What happened with Mussolini, he did not want a body to be there. He knew if anything happened, don't let them get a hold of my body, because they displayed him and his girlfriend up hanging upside down. It was pretty ugly. In fact, Hitler died soon after Mussolini. It was a weird relationship. He didn't like Mussolini, but he bent over backwards to help him. And Mussolini tried to get out of Italy in a German uniform, and somebody recognized him before he was able to get over the border. And they grabbed him, and it was over. It's almost the same feeling with Trump, but I feel Trump will self-implode. I don't necessarily feel he'll be taken out, but I see people planning on it. I see people wanting him to be gone, even people higher up. I see the military totally ignoring Hedgehog. I see other nations not even allowing, if Tulsi Gabbard gets in, not even allowing her in their country. I see Trump being stuck, and he gets angrier as he gets stuck. But the main thing is he's going to try to hurt his people. He's going to need moolah. And the only way he can get moolah is cutting out the poor people's, what they get, food stamps or whatever. It's the people in the red states that are struggling. And when they pull that thing about California, you know, there's a lot of Republicans in California. They ain't going to mess. Let me tell you, I don't know. And they just removed Turner out of the Intel as chair of the Intel. And that Turner guy said when they removed him and they said it was a Mar-a-Lago decision, he said he got the chills. Because that's basically saying, yeah, we're a dictatorship. And it's nothing personal, dude. Yeah, he's trying to show strength, but let me tell you, he may be one that doesn't give them the vote they need. So, but these people, when they were talking to me, I had no way to tape it, I had no way to write it down. And I remember thinking, it's all about love. It's all about love and the power within. And it's not the love of romantic love. It's the love. It's like, you know, that feeling you get when you see a beautiful sunset, you know, or in the ocean and the sun is setting and it's magnificent. That's why those people who live near the ocean are so lucky. The sunrise and the sun setting over there on the West Coast is gorgeous. That is that omnipresent kind of energy. It's almost what I'm talking about. It's that total in awe, total knowing that everything's going to be okay, total, you know, not being afraid, because there's going to be martyrs in the United States of America that will be happy to put themselves in the battlefields to be righteous. So it's going to be beautiful. Even in the wars we had a lot of underhanded people that all it was about was making money. Like Trump may even, Violetta asked me, well, there'll be another war. And I wasn't picking up anybody's interested in going to war with him, but he would do it because, like Bush did, they and Cheney, they want to make money. So, anyway, I just wanted to tell you, this was magnificent. I need to study more as far as how do we, maybe you guys know some magnificent teachers that can totally calm you out and put that energy, help you maintain that spark. Again, it's not corroded love. It's not, or the love you wished you had. It's not a love of a person or an ideology. It's a love, magnetic love of universal consciousness. It is the love of mankind. It's that love you see. Well, you know, we love our dogs more than our puppies and our animals. And you know, that absolute heartbreak when you see these poor animals. We got to think that of humans too, no matter what their degree of belief is. Okay, so I had leftover questions from how did you guys like Nath? That was excellent. He's an excellent psychic. So so is Violetta. And I'm gonna have Kirsten. Kirsten's the one that introduced me, Third Eye Champagne, to the YouTube. And I she looks great. Remember, she was near death. And I think I'm gonna have her on next week. But she's got openings for readings too, you guys. Now listen, she's a good reader. Arthur's a good reader. She's a good reader. The ones I also like are no longer doing readings. Mel, Danny, Nath. So we shall see here. If I'm not remembered, so I think Sue Lynn stopped reading too. Okay. Orange Crutch and Only Munch are responsible for the fires in California. No, they're not. The fire initiated spontaneously. That was not planned. I don't know. They always have to come up with some big deal. Please don't write me with these conspiracy theories. It's just so disheartening. No, there was no conspiracy. However, after the fire started, all of a sudden, like a lot of homeless people and stuff thought, oh, yeah, let's just start more fires. And there was people dressed up at firemen and stuff going in robbing people. It's just very sad what men will do because they have no ability to think outside that box. There's really there's not it's not a hell as much as it's just a lower vibration. They can't seem to come out of it. A lot of them are brain injury from drugs and alcohol and stuff. Okay, so anyway, I was telling these women, by the way, as they're throwing all this information at me, I can't give you verbatim, but the most important thing was sparking that, igniting the omnipresent energy. We each have a piece of universal consciousness. The kingdom of God is within. And the only way to get to that isn't by standing on the street giving to the poor. That's got nothing to do with it. Going to church every Sunday. That's got nothing to do with it. The only way to do it is to stand alone in silence and asking the realm to help you ignite and be that light. And you'll notice a physical manifestation happening. It will be almost like you're high all the time. And I didn't practice it because I didn't know any better. But I will tell you, and then once they got me into this reading stuff, it was very hard. I was always consciously kind of getting interrupted, worried about readings I'm doing or people that need help. You can't get it all done and you can't get it all right and you can't save everybody. That's the bottom line. So don't beat yourself up about even those poor people in LA. Listen, all of this will come to a good ending. And there'll be a lot of new beginnings in Los Angeles. So don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. I don't think San Francisco will ever go up, but there will be more fires around. And there's more changes. So we're going to have to accept it. And vibrationally, as you stand in that realm and you encircle the light around your own life and your family and your homes, you might find that's the one house that didn't get destroyed because it's very unique and it's pretty powerful. And don't cut off whatever you're hearing. Maybe you think you're hearing and you're not, but try not to question it too much. Write down whatever they're saying. Okay, so I just want to do a couple more questions. Well, so Sheila said, so many of us are stuck in the fight or flight mode with no relief in sight. It's difficult to concentrate with all the stress, but you don't be trying to concentrate. Yes, there's stress and to absolute fear. People cannot believe the SOB got in. Oh, sorry, realm. I'm not supposed to. But there's a reason. Always understand. Even my cancer, I thank the universe for the cancer. I said, obviously, there's a reason. If I'm supposed to deal with this, that's what I said when I handed my life over. Am I supposed to die? Fair enough, I'll die. You just tell me, because in faith, I know all will be well. And that's exactly what happened. Vibrationally, if you do not say or energetically put out that you know all will be well, then you're always going to be going in circles. Open that door so they can help you through it. Open that door so they can be there for you. So even the LA fire, as terrible as it is, there will be growth, regrowth, and healing. So I also felt that Gabby gal, what's her name? I feel she might get in. I didn't want her to get in, but because I feel she's a danger. But even with Trump, I feel other nations aren't going to give them the intel. I see other nations protecting themselves. I see Mexico and Canada really giving Trump a what for. He's going to start that new IRS, the second one, just to collect monies from no, it's not going to happen. He doesn't have the abilities to do what he thought he could do. Yeah, sure, the oligarchs are jumping, hey, heave ho, yes, sir. But they got nothing to do. Let me tell you, we, the people, are the ones they should worry about. We can always stop buying albums or stop buying products from these people. I just recently stopped using, I have some subscriptions but Amazon, get rid of Amazon. What we can do is starve it where it comes from. Now they got more money than God, so they don't really need us. And I worry about the people that work for them, that they'll lose a job. But what's going to happen is Trump's going to blow it so bad. I just feel very danger. That's all I hear is danger, danger. So I don't know if he's going to be taken out, but I see other nations wanting him gone and, behind the scenes, closed doors, that kind of thing. But we keep putting on the light. They can't see. They can't see. Somebody was talking about, I think they said it was in some gospel, the Gospel of Tom, what Jesus said when they said, well, why do you love Mary more than us? He favored Mary. And for some reason, Jesus said, if you have a blind man and a seeing-eyed person in a room and there's no lights, both of them can't see. But when the light comes on, the blind man still can't see. And that's you guys. You're blind. You can't see. She can see. They said she was the only one that really got it, so to speak. So it's a beautiful thing, you guys. I'm so just absolutely crazy in love with this stuff. And let me tell you, anything I can do, I've opened the door. I said, if you guys want to keep coming to me in the dreams, those two women, it was really weird because they were just busy. They were running around the house doing stuff. And I was busy and I remember saying, can I leave now? Are you done? Can I leave now so I can go write this stuff down? And then I woke up. I remember the source, the dream, but I don't remember the details. So, but in your quiet time, it's okay. Listen, you don't have to be down there doing things. It's okay. You don't have to be a churchgoer. You don't get out of that I'm not worthy stuff. In fact, that church thing, I was reading those gospels and that was not something Jesus wanted. He didn't like that. Because what happened was, especially like the Catholic Church, well, you see what's happening. That Joel, whatever his name is, LA, not a dime for the people of Los Angeles, nothing. Those rich, they're going to eventually pay taxes, by the way. It's going to piss them off, but they will eventually pay tax. But they're not offering nothing to help. But that's their deal. It comes back. So we can just say, fair enough. See you later, alligator. Um, yeah, bona fide. It's interesting your questions because then I had that dream. Bona fide said, "How do we stay relaxed and out of this during troubled days?" And we do have some troubled days coming up. And I will tell you, 25 is better. I mean, 26 is much better. Sorry, 27 is excellent. 25 is, and don't worry, in 18 months when the blue takes over, they're going to make it so hard, and something's going to happen to Trump. It may be JD Vance that's running things, but nobody's listening to him. So, and also there'll be enough people. It's going to be kind of outrageous because people are going to be so mad. They're going to speak with their votes. They're going to be riots, but there'll be so many people that they're able to override vetoes. So, will billionaires go into California to buy up all the land? Yeah, just like in Hawaii. People are going to move out of California, so they're going to have to use a regular Joe Blow. There'll still be rich people, but there's going to be so much tax-wise they're going to have to pay. Churches are going to have to pay. It's going to help lift others. So don't worry about it. So in this despondency, we will come on as much as we can to help you through this. And I've asked them, okay, just give me absolute yes or no on the questions I ask. I don't want yes and then it didn't happen. I want people to be able to trust what you're saying because that, as it was, Kamala didn't win. And I said, what the hell? And that's when they said man has free will. So we understand man has free will, but give us a little bit of a map and let us know. Give us a little bit so I can tell you this is coming up. Okay, there's definitely an earthquake coming up. Feels more to the north than me. Somebody said in Southern California, there's a good sized earthquake. Like that's what they need. The whole energy thing is within the next 4 years. Maybe the new president comes in, but they're going to help with power grids. They're going to help that people don't pay so much money. A lot of good stuff is coming up. Okay, so don't give up. Okay, so we got about 4 years. But he won't be in office within a year, 2 years. Don't worry about your children because there will be opportunity. So we were cheated this time, but it's good only because they said his own people need to work against him. So he's already turning off like the fire department. He didn't allow money for the 9/11 and they're like, wait a second, we voted for you. So good news is coming. So you guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys listening. Don't want to make this too long so y'all can be on your way. And I'll catch you to my members tonight for the 3 card. Cheers.